In ArchiCAD, we have objects library. So this our object tool allow you to put some kind of object, no matter it's interior or exterior design. We have some objects in ArchiCAD and we can use it. Some kind of objects are windows and doors as well. When we are checking what kind of windows we have, it's quite a lot, because we can decide to put something what is basic window, empty window openings, historic window, single, double, etc., etc. But today I would like to show you how to create your absolutely own shape of window. Something what is not typical window, something what will have shape of star or whatever you would like. And during today's lesson I will show you how to make it. Before we use our custom window, we need to decide how this custom window will be looks like. So we need to create a model of our window. We are creating a model by using any kind of constructor elements available on our tool palette. So we can use walls, we can use beams, columns, slab. We can use even morph as well. For this moment I will use slab element. Before we can use the slab element, we need to change something in the settings, because our slab have 300 millimeters high, so it's a bit too big, too high for our window. I don't need a window which is 30 centimeters or 300 millimeters big. So I will use simply material, and we change that my window would be, for example, 50 millimeters. I think it will be enough. We can change a color, materials of our slab, so we can decide in this moment, before we really create this window, we can decide what kind of material it will have. So, for example, I will use the slab to create my window. Inside my window will be, of course, glass, but around glass, for example, I would like to have paint in color cadmium yellow. I would like to have yellow window. Always we can change this material later. For example, when we save this object, this what we create, this all model as a window. Later, from window settings, we can change materials as well. But if every side of my model will be painted for cadmium yellow, it will be impossible to change material of other side. So all sides which have the same material will be like the one part. So I can change material, but all cadmium yellow will be changed. So if I would like to have different material of every side, I will need to decide different material of every side. I hope it's understood. Okay, so let's create this model. Because it should be custom window, so I will create something absolutely crazy. Something what will be something different than typical square. For example, I would like to have such kind of window. What is important? Normally windows in ArchiCAD are typical square, typical simple size, simply shape. if I would like to have something absolutely crazy, absolutely different, before I will really start, I need to create two things. On the beginning, I'm just creating the shape of my window, and I need to say to ArchiCAD that this, what I create now, is wall hole. It will be such kind of hole in my wall. When I will put the window in the wall, it will be such kind of shape. So I need to decide in ID that it will be wall hole. I will create, I'm sorry, I make mistake, wall hole. I will create two the same windows, one where I will decide that it's wall hole, and one next to, which we not have wall hole. It will be, for example, some number ID. And we create two separate windows to show you why it's important to say that it's wall hole. Okay, I decided that it's wall hole. So the next step, I will start to create my window. I need to make one more time such slab exactly in the same place, which will be now part of my model, part of the model of custom window. So I'm taking slab again. I'm click on the space and click on this shape. For this moment, I have two slab in the same place. In one of them, which is not calling wall hole, one of them, I need to decide where exactly will be a glass inside, because it should be window, so it should have some glass. So one of them, which is not wall hole, and I will cut some hole in this slab. Step by step, need to cut and decide that in this place, inside this place will be my glass. Of course, you should to create it very nice, very proper. I made it very quick to only show you how it will be looks like. So for this moment, I have two elements. The first one is wall hole, so it's this all slab which is showing me what kind of shape have this window, and in ID I was writing this wall hole. The second part is this one. It's exactly the same shape, but inside I made a hole, and in this hole I will put my glass. So again, I need to take slab and just need in model decide that it will be glass. For example, clear fast. Again, click slab and click inside my hole. So I have glass, I have something around my glass, what will be my window, and downstairs under this all shape we have this wall hole. And for this moment, we can just say that that's all. That I have everything what is necessary than creating custom model. The same work I should do here, just I didn't say that it's wall hole, so it will be exactly part of my window, of my model. So everything what I should do now is just make a hole inside and put inside this hole glass. I'll make it faster to not using too much time for this, but just to show you what is going on. So I cut some hole, I again open slab, decide that it should be glass, okay, click slab, space, and click inside my hole. So I have two elements now, two separate elements. We can see how it looks like in 3D window. It looks for this moment like that. So this is without this slab under everything, which is showing the shape. What looks more proper than this one, because here inside our glass is something yellow. What can suggest you that it's just wrong, but we don't need to care, really stress about this. So for this moment, we create the model. Next step will be proper save our model as a custom window. For this moment, we created our models, so it's time to save it. We separate the first and separate the second model of our window. The first one, how to exactly save it? It's quite easy because we need just select every element which it's part of our model, everything. So the glass, everything what is around glass, and this wall hole as well. Next step is to use File, Libraries and Objects, Save Selection As, and because it's our window, so we use Window. Everything what we should do now is just save it in exactly some name, give some name. As I said before, we can change in this moment as well, you can change the material, but because every part of my window I made it yellow, so I can just change one material. I can change every part of the window separate. So you should remember about this when you create the slab, the window, to make different materials for that element, which should be later in different material. We can change details, we can write something special here, some description, keywords. We can put some picture which will be showing later in this window. Click OK, and we have our window. It's exactly this which we created just before. Separate, I will make one more time, so I will select this model and we save it as a window as well. Let's say it will be 000, save, OK. And now let's see how it looks like. We need to create some wall. Maybe I will make this wall much more higher because model of my window it's quite high. And in this wall we'll put this model and the second model. And now you will see what is the difference between the first and the second. You can see this is exactly the same window. This is the model which I was creating, and it looks like that. And this is the second model. Because I didn't put on the beginning slab and didn't call it wall hole, ArchiCAD just cut any kind, maybe not any kind, but a different kind of the hole in the door where I put the window. If it's really different shape, we should do the first what make to create some slab which will be just showing what kind of hole in the window should be later, and again create some slab and create later the model of the window. Don't be stressed that on the beginning it looks like that this glass disappear, that is different material on this, because as you can see it's everything very proper. So I just wanted to show you why to make this wall hole, it's really necessary or not. And as you can see, it's really necessary. It's very simple to create model of different kind of size, different kind of shape in ArchiCAD. Just you should remember to show ArchiCAD what kind of shape should be the window or the door, because in the same way you can create a door as well. Just you will select everything, use File, Libraries and Objects, select Selection As, and you just decide that it's door, not a window.